Hello and welcome to another episode of my Motogp 19 career mode, and we have had a few days off from it, but we are back once again and we're here for the German Grand Prix in Moto3. So last episode we did actually manage to, well, we got a decent-ish placement at Catalonia, and then we won at Assen. We got back on the top step and decreased that points lead to Lorenzo Dalla Porta, so we're now only 3 points behind him. Well, obviously, in fact, I think he overtook us at Catalonia and then we kind of caught back up a bit at Assen. So we're only 3 points off it now. So this championship is very much alive if we can continue to get decent positions, such as obviously winning the race in Assen. That's been another patch, so maybe there might be some more balancing with the AI, but I think it was just mainly, I think there are a couple of physics tweaks I've heard, and I think it was just to fix some bugs, obviously for the esports update. I did actually do a video on the esports evaluation that but I don't know if it will have gone up before this. Probably will have, because I'll probably record this and then put it out the next day compared to when I recorded it. But you know, but anyway, we'll I'll come back at the end of practice and hopefully I'll be on the front page and, well, really hopefully on the top. But you know, hopefully we have the pace this weekend. So then, as you can see, it is raining in the background, and as you can see, we are fastest at the end of this practice. We did pretty much achieve all the objectives. We couldn't quite do the long run pace. Basically because it was wet, the tyre was just getting too hot on the rear and I couldn't do the lap times after a couple of laps. So I only managed to get three laps quick enough. As you can see, we are considerably quick. Obviously we did do a soft tyre run at the end for the qualifying. But it seems like maybe this patch has made them slower again, which, you know, well, actually I'm not sure if they made the AI slower. The bike feels better again, it feels more comfortable. I mean, it is fully upgraded with the engine now, but it does feel a bit better, so I think maybe they nerfed the bikes a little too much and then they made them a bit better again, which is nice. So we're heading to qualify now and hopefully we can try and grab pole position. Dalla Porta's fourth in this you know, free practice session, so I assume he'll still be up there, but we need to start up high so that we can try and take that championship lead back off it. Right, so we're going into qualifying now, and it is a wet track session, so it's not raining, but the track is already wet, so I assume, you know, the tyre will probably spin up a bit, but hopefully we can only have to do one lap, or I'll try to do anyway, because it seems like we have pretty good pace in the, well, in the first session. So our qualifying objective, as usual, is to qualify in the first race, make sure we're on some brand new tyres, don't want to be on some worn old tyres. Yep. We'll head out. So yeah, obviously, it's a bit weird, must say, to be back on top again, because we had those, well, Jerez, Le Mans, Mugello and Catalonia, so 4 races really where we've been completely off the pace, and if you take the first 3 and then Assen, 4 where we've won. So yeah, it's been a very up and down season. We've had a race where we finished last, but it seems like it's kind of been dictated by milestone really this season. Every time they change something, it's changed the dynamic. Obviously they were just really bad at Assen, so that's where I've got the advantage from, but from what I remember from Red Bull rookies, they weren't too bad at this circuit, so my bike feels a little bit better again, which is nice. I think the AI have probably been slowed down a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. Some tracks for sure, I would have definitely been down for slowing them down. I haven't validated my lap, that's a nice one. You have to go for that one again. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I definitely would have been down for them being slowed down at some tracks. Not all of them, obviously. Tracks like Assen, I would have been up for them being, you know, made better. But Mugello, like tracks like Mugello, yeah, nerf them. But they're way too fast there. They can do lap times that are literally impossible. Mainly because I think they gain their lap time on like the throttle. Like, I think they have more power. Because what I noticed in the practice session, which I didn't record any of, so I can't show any footage, but I was catching up to AI and they were all over the place. They were losing the rear end and everything. They were all high-siding into each other. They were going too quick into corners because it was wet and then clipping each other and crashing. Or they were getting on a throttle and clipping each other and crashing. But there were so many that they were almost high-siding out of every corner. Like, obviously their rear tyres were extremely hot, which was what was happening to me as well, but I was slowing down once my tyre was getting hot, whereas they were still trying to accelerate the same. And I must have saw about 5 AI high-side. It was pretty weird, kind of a bit off-putting when you try and do your runs. But I did have to do about, what, 13 laps I think it was in the end, because I did 5 laps in the first long distance run, and only 2 of them were quick enough. Mainly because my first one I was just too slow, otherwise I would have got 3. And then the second one, only 3 of my laps were quick enough, sorry, should I say. Just because the tyres were getting too hot. The tyre was even getting a bit too hot on this lap, I had to slow down a little bit, but hopefully the lap time is decent. So we throw it into the last corner now. I'm a little bit hot going in, getting on the throttle, spinning up, towards the line. 33, 34, 34.8, so yeah, it's a bit quicker. Now in practice, obviously, it's not raining as much. So yeah, we'll head back to the pits and see where we are in a few minutes' time, because the AI might be a bit quicker in this session. So in the end, the lap time was good enough, but as you can see, the AI were very close. They were much faster in this session than they were in free practice. So it seems like the AI struggle in heavy rain. They can't get the rear tyre to work for them, so that seems to be where they're losing a lot of time. We have just obviously gotten pole by about 0.2 of a second, which, yes, I'll say that that's nice and close, but you got to remember it is Sachsenring, so 0.2 is quite a lot at Sachsenring. It's the shortest track on the calendar. It's only a 1:34-minute lap, 1 minute 34 lap, whereas like most of the laps have been nearly 2 minutes. It's been the shortest by far. But we are back on pole position once again, and I am happy about that. So hopefully we can try and win. Obviously, Canet is between me and Dalla Porta as well, which is really helpful. Got to try and take some points back on him. So without further ado, let's head into the race. Hopefully we can beat him.
We're moving now to the Moto3 class grid, where engineers and technicians are ironing out the last few details before the race starts.
So this is a weird. Basically, my front tyre is worn for some reason, even though there's not been any dry running the whole weekend. So quite why that's happened, I don't know. But we'll put the 100% on, and then on the rear we'll put a medium on. But that's it's odd, isn't it? Really? Apparently we had some tyre wear on there. But yeah, like I said, without further ado, we'll just get straight into the race. Apparently, with this newest patch, they fixed the start bug, so hopefully the AI won't come flying past us off the start. But we'll see. That's just what I've heard other people saying. So without further ado, like I said, let's get into the race, and hopefully we can try and bring home 25 points. Start Motogp.
Everything is ready to start here at Sachsenring. Concentration is at the max because it's extremely important not to lose positions early on this track.
It is extremely important to not lose any positions. They do all have clear visors on as well, but that's sort of irrelevant. Right, and away we go. Over to the right hand side. That was a weird camera angle, but we've kept the lead. Looks a bit weird to look over to the right, but just to check that we're still in front of Canet. Hopefully Canet can stay in front of Dalla Porta as well. Oh, we've run wide through turn 1 though. Are they going to cut the inside? No, they can't quite. So we've kept the lead through the first couple of corners. Well, we're still going through turn 2, but you know what I mean. The first few hundred metres of the race, we are still in the lead. We've got half second lead, in fact. It's pretty nice to have at this stage. Antonelli is a second, so hopefully Antonelli and Canet are both in front of Dalla Porta. That would really help me out in the championship fight. Down the hill, through turn 7. Throttle. Again. Oh, Antonelli's brought the lead down a little bit. Oh, I've clipped the inside curb, I've gone onto the grass. Come on, bring the bike back on, bring it back on. Oh, so we're down to 3rd now. 4th by Salac. I'm not sticking by Salac for very long. Dalla Porta's down in 7th place, so he's not had a good start. We made a pretty big mistake there. Clipping the inside curb, which sent us onto the grass, and then the bike just would not obviously stick on the grass, so it wouldn't come back onto the circuit. So I was trying to turn towards the track, but the tyre's spinning and the bike won't move, and not a lot I can do. They can really take that last corner. AI can. So 32.9 for me there, 32.7 for Antonelli. Over the line we go, well, towards the line we go, 30.0, 29.4 for Antonelli. So they are lapping a bit quicker than me. So that was a really big mistake to make, because we just completely lost the race from it, but we'll keep fighting. Oh, not again. It's like in Red Bull Rookies how we did it there. Definitely going to lose the position to Masia now. Dalla Porta's behind us as well in 5th. Inside of Masia we go. Into turn 1. Luckily we made the mistake in the last second. Oh, he sat up though. I might lose in the position to Dalla Porta. Not really sure why he sat up, because he could have just easily carried the speed around the outside, but there you go, 2.2 behind Canet now. Not going to be catching him anytime soon. Oh, and we definitely won't if we do stuff like that. Luckily we managed to stay on from that. I don't know how, but we have. So I'll just go straight over the next curb. That's usually a good idea. You know, when you've just high-sided on one, just go right straight over the next one. Cornfall's past Dalla Porta now. Dallaporte's down to 6th, and Cornflower's past Messia as well. So it wasn't Salak said before, I think it must have been Cornflower, but I didn't really look, to be honest. Never mind, we go to lap 5, 3.1 behind Canet. So even if Canet has to go at Antonelli, it's not going to help us out now. Probably prefer Antonelli to stay in front now at this point because Canet's close to winning the championship than Antonelli is. At the last corner we go. I think Suzuki is going to be the one coming up next, and we know he's got a very fast motorcycle. He's blown past us a few times. Dallaporte's actually 4th now, I think. So we start lap 6 or 7 anyway. 31.0. Pretty slow lap, but I don't know if Dallaporte's under attack now. Made a big mistake into turn 1. Kept the position though. Yeah, Vietti's got past Dallaporte. So Canet wins then at the last corner we come. We're going to come 3rd, which after that bad race, like the way we rode was not great, so it's not too bad. But I think Dallaporte got. Did he get 5th? I think he did.
Yeah. To meet the stars of the race, let's take a quick look at the Moto3 class final ranking.
So our pace wasn't too bad in the end. It looks like we were pretty much quicker than everyone behind us, except maybe Dallaporte and Messia, but they got sort of a bit mired in the group. Obviously, I probably could have won the race if I hadn't made so many mistakes. But that's just sometimes how racing is. As long as you make mistakes, you pay the price for them. But in the end, we have beaten the main guy we wanted to beat, although Canet has gained 9 points on us, so he'll probably take the lead of the championship, actually. But regardless of that, Canet now, Canet won the race ahead of Antonelli in 2nd, I was 3rd, Suzuki was 4th, Dallaporte was 5th, Vietti getting 6th, pretty good for him, Ralph Fernandez, also good for him in 7th, 8th for Messia, 9th for Cornflower in the end, and 10th for Albert Arenas. So we're going on to the championship. As I said, yes, Aaron Canet does jump the pair of us, but I say 2nd because I also overtook Dallaporte, so now Canet is my main championship rival, although it's pretty much both of them, isn't it? Now 4 points away from Aaron Canet in 1st place, Lorenzo Dallaporte in 3rd, Jan Messia 4th, Nicola Antonelli 5th, 6th for Marcus Ramirez, 7th for Kai Stober, 8th for Andrea Mino, 9th for Suzuki, and 10th now for Sergio Garcia. So if we go on to the Constructors' Championship, Leopard Racing with 206 points lead, Comalan Grassini Moto3, which is us by 21 points, Best of Capital Dubai in 3rd place, 32 points behind them, 4th and 4th, 658 Squadra Corsa, and 5th for Stola Garda Max Racing Team, which are doing pretty good job saying they only have one rider, they're only 56 points off. Very good performance. Obviously, Canada is leading the championship. So let's head into, Parc Fermé and then the Career Hub, and I don't think we can upgrade the bike again yet, but the bike felt pretty good in that race, and then we can head into Brno. And, just enough GP8 team, we'll probably become P30 because they're very good on that game, but not so sure about this one, so we will have to see when we get there.
Making the podium is always a positive result, but it's also true that this rider could have gone further today. It's definitely a result, though, which bodes well for future races.
Yeah, Keith pretty much hit the nail on the head. 3rd is pretty good, but we could have won the race today. And unfortunately, we handed 9 points to our biggest rival. So there you go. It's just sometimes how the sport works, I guess. Absolutely smashing the team objectives right now. We got, obviously, 48,232 points in total, and this weekend we got 5,852. Look at our progression, there you go, we got 25 points, so we got 55, which I don't think is good enough to upgrade the bike, so I think we need 60. Yeah, so we can't upgrade the frame anymore. If we go look at news from the MotoGP world, Kaiser Rossi, he's flying at Sachsenring and he wins the Grand Prix. Marquez 2nd and Dovizioso 3rd, complete the podium after the race at the German circuit. Moto2, Moto3, Moto2, 25 golden points for Schrotter, who is already concentrating on the Challenger's head. Moto3, assured victory for Canet over Antonelli. A word from our stars of Moto3. Canet, we had really good grip, so I decided to push as far as I could and get right from the start of the race. We may have won, but it wasn't easy. Biker certainly wasn't going to let us simply take the race. Well, I pretty much did. So yeah, I just ran on the grass and let you have it. But yeah, without further ado, let's head to the end of practice at the Czech Republic Grand Prix in Brno and see how we got our objectives, or how we got on with our objectives and where we are in terms of pace. So at the end of practice, it seems like we brought whatever we brought to Mugello, because Dallaporte's quickest was 2:11.6, we scroll down, I was 17th with a 2:12.8. That was even with a tow from Antonelli, although I did make a mistake. So I only achieved one objective, so I've got 5 points from this weekend. which is enough to upgrade the frame one more, but yeah, obviously not exactly what you want. You want to be getting ideally like at least 20. I got 5, so yeah, that's great. We'll head into qualifying though, and hopefully, obviously we'll have to go through Q1, but hopefully we maybe get into Q2, because if you look at where like McPhee is in 12th, you know, he's only a couple cents up the road, so we might be able to gain that. I don't know. I was trying everything. I was trying to set up tweaks and everything. I even went to the engineers, set up to help. So yeah, I'm trying. We don't seem quite as bad as at Mugello, but it's not far off. So yeah, we'll head into qualifying, and hopefully we can try and get into Q2. Right, so we're into the garage now, and we've got to make sure we put on some nice fresh tyres. Although, oh dear, we're actually running out of fresh tyres. So a bit of a problem. We've got 2 sets left for the front and 2 for the rear. I'd like to use the soft front in the race, really, so yeah, we're in a bit of trouble if we do get through to Q2, actually, but obviously I would much rather get through to Q2 than, you know, not get through and qualify really far down. I'd rather struggle a little bit in Q2 on maybe a worn tyre. But yeah, we'll head out onto the track, and hopefully we can try and get through, but I feel like it's going to be pretty difficult. We've not had a lot of pace. The engine is fully upgraded, and we still don't have the speed of the AI, which is it's a bit, I don't know if the word infuriating that they're gaining the lap time purely on straight line speed. It is pretty stupid. I mean, they carry the flow through the corners as well pretty well, which is, if they had the same straight line speed as me, would be pretty balanced. It's just they're not even good on the brakes. That's the problem. If you watch, you can gain like a good few bike lengths on them on the brakes, which might keep me in the run in the race. Maybe if we can qualify in the top 20, I feel like we could get a good set of points, because I think we can dive a few corners at the circuit. But if we end up like Mugello, it's like 30th. I mean, we got to 20th in that race at one point. I want to get higher than that. I need to be getting some solid points, because you never know what tracks we could turn up and be good at. Whereas some tracks like this one would turn up and be miles off the pace. So I need to have a points cushion really for that more than anything. Whereas I'm actually behind at the minute, so I do need to really do well in this race. Horsepower hill. Now I really sweated that second half of the lap, and I didn't say like a single word for most of that. Oh, 11.3. That is sorry, 12.3. That is really up there with what we need. That could be good enough to get us through. I hope it is. Based on the practice times, it would have been, and that would have been good enough to get the objective as well for the flying lap. It's a bit annoying that I actually managed to do it on my own, but it means we are improving a little bit, and that was a pretty good lap in my opinion. So I'll head back to the pits, and I'll just try and skip to the end of the session. Hopefully we have got through. Right then, so we did end up topping that session. We just beat out Dennis Fodger there for first, so that means we are going through to qualifying too, which I didn't really expect we were going to. So we're going to be starting in the, I think it's the top 18, I think, isn't it? 14 go through from practice, and then the following 4 go through. So going through into Q2 is me, Dennis Fodger, Jakob Kornfeil and Albert Arenas. So let's head into Q2 and, well, let's hope we can get a good position out of this. Right, so we do have a bit of a dilemma now, and I did mention about the front tyre before. That's an 86 front tyre. That's good enough for me to probably go for that again. So I'm going to put the soft on the rear, a new soft on the rear, and that is the best soft front we have, other than the 100, which we want to use in the race. So we'll head out onto track and just try and do that same lap again, just push as hard as we can. Really hope that we can, you know, start. I really want to start in the top 10 if I can.
Just a...
It's been a really weird up and down season. Like, if you'd told me at like Austin that I'd be struggling to get into Q2 at Brno, I wouldn't have believed you because of how dominant I was in my first few. But it's crazy how like things can just change. Obviously, I know it's down to the milestone patch in the game that it has changed. But yeah, it is weird. Then if you told me at Mugello I'd be winning at Assen, again I wouldn't have believed you. So I don't know. It's been a topsy-turvy season to say the least. Alright, use the slipstream off Binder up to the line. 2:12.2, so that's even better than what we did in Q1. Obviously the Binder slipstream probably helps out a little bit there. Probably wasn't quite as good of a lap, but well, I don't think I'm going to get any more out of that, especially out of that front tyre. But we'll try again anyway, just in case. So at the end of the session then, I couldn't go quicker. I did carry on that lap behind Binder, but he sort of held me up actually, surprisingly enough. Although he's out-qualified me, which is a little bit weird. He was going a bit slower. He did hold me up and I lost a few tenths, so I just decided to end the session there. Unfortunately, we haven't started on the front row, which is our objective. But like I said, I wanted to be in the top 10, and I'm in the top 10. So I'm in the fight, I'm in the mix. Yeah, Niccolo Antonelli is on pole, Liam and Messia in second, Aaron Canet third, Lorenzo Dalla Porta in fourth, Tony Arbolino fifth, Gabriel Rodriguez sixth, Jean Murphy. Why have I said it as if he's foreign? He's from Scotland. He's John McPhee in 7th place there, 8th for Darren Binder, 9th for me, and then 10th for Kaita Toba. So let's head into the race, and if we can get a good start, I want to just try and get in front of Dalla Porta and Canet if I can.
We're now transmitting from the starting grid where everything seems ready. It's always difficult to predict the results of a Moto3 race, but the riders we're seeing right now definitely seem to be the favourites.
So Messia and Antonelli are the favourites apparently, so we'll put the soft on the front and we'll stick the medium on the rear as per usual. Yeah, I am a little bit optimistic for this one. Definitely after practice I had no hope, but we qualified much better than I thought we would. So yeah, let's just try and go for it off the start. Obviously the glitch isn't in the game anymore with the buggy starts if you start right. So hopefully we can just get off the line like a bullet and just go with the AI. Just want to get a good position in this race. We really need it for the championship, and then hopefully we can have some good races coming up in the future. But not talk about the future. Let's just get straight into this race and try and win it. Well, not try and win it. Try and beat our rivals. There we go. We'll go with that one.
We are seconds away from the start of the race. The riders are coming down to the start of the Czech Grand Prix here in Brno.
Not quite sure why I said that I'd win the race there. Kind of just forced out a better guess, but I just really hope that I can beat Canet. But Canet is on the front row. Obviously, same with Dalla Porta as well, because they're both on championship rivals. Line we go. Oh, we've just held Mourinho up a bit. A couple of riders going off the track. I think one of them's Canet. Rodrigo as well. I don't know why they just drove off the circuit, but we're now in front of Canet anyway. This has been done by Cornfire into turn 1. Trying to run it around the outside with a few riders. Oh, contact with McPhee. Up into 6th. There's a slipstream off Arbolino. Can we get past Toba? Pulled alongside Toba, past Toba we go. Oh, we've gone in hot up the inside of Arbolino. Really hot. Sorry about that, guys. Darren Binders fell off. Arbolino and Toba battling over 4th place. I use that to my advantage. The guys in the front are battling as well. We've got a good run on Arbolino again. So go to his inside. Just match him on the braking. I know, he's just going to brake a little bit later than me. He's caught the position still. But the leaders in front are battling, I think. I don't know who it is. I think it might be Antonelli battling with Messia. Oh, I've just properly done Arbolino there. I kind of went to go up his inside and then he sort of closed the door, which he's fully entitled to do, but then I sort of had to take to the curb to avoid him, so I've just kind of wrenched him out of the way using the curb. Canet's down in 22nd place, so this could be crucial for the championship, and I hope that Messia keeps holding Dalla Porta up. I hope that they have a bit of a battle so I can get onto the back of them. So over the line, well, towards the line we go. 2:18.2 for Antonelli, 2:20.3 for me. I'm still in 5th, which is good. So towards the line we go again. 2:14 for me, 2:11 for Antonelli. So we're definitely dropping off there. You can see Toba's just kind of staying on their coattails, but yeah, so I'm going to have to be looking backwards rather than forwards now. Mino's coming at us once again. He seems to be our best friend, trying to steal all of our like 5th places off us. They're quicker than me like everywhere. Here comes Mino. Oh, I've just kind of moved over him a bit. I'm not above doing that. I've gone in hot into the penultimate. He's done me. Mino, do you love stealing positions off me or something, mate? Coming back at him. I'm going to just lay down and take that. Well, down can it though. He's only a couple of places behind. Look, he's in 8th place if you look at the leaderboard on the left hand side. Right, Mino had so much more pace than me. He's absolutely obliterated me. He's gone. Canet is now to 7th place apparently, so he's the one that's watching it coming from behind. And if he comes past me, well, there's going to be a bit of a different story. I feel. I might just go for that dive, you know. So Antonelli won then. GG's to Antonelli. He's got to be bringing himself into the championship fight now. What towards line we go. We got P6 in the end, which, to be fair, after that appalling practice session, I'm pretty happy with that.
Starts to fill up with the stars of the race. We're going to take a look at the Moto3 race final ranking.
Oh, nice one, Fodger. Fodger managed to beat Canet as well, so thanks for that, Fodger. But Nicola Antonelli won, Yama Masia 2nd, Dallaporta 3rd, so again, thanks to those two guys as well for beating him. Kaita Toba 4th, 5th for Andrea Mino. No thanks to you, mate, no thank you. I came 6th, obviously, 7th for Fodger, 8th for Canet, 9th for Arbolino, and 10th for McPhee. So let's head into the Riders' Championship and see how that affects things. So Dallaporta does move back ahead, but it is a close championship. Look at it. Canet is now 2 points away from Dallaporta in 1st, and I'm 4 points away from him. Obviously, Antonelli's only 28 points off, and Yama Masia is only 23, so they could bring themselves back into it. Looks like Toba is in 6th place in the championship, so, and he's 89 points behind. So it is between us 4, I would say, at this point. Us 5, sorry, should I say, at this point in the season. So it could be any one of us. But yeah, so Dallaporta leads. Canet 2nd, me 3rd, Yama Masia 4th, 5th for Antonelli, 6th for Toba, 7th for Mino after that, another good result for him. Marcos Ramirez goes down to 8th, 9th for Suzuki, and 10th for Garcia. In the championship now, we do move down to, I think we moved back down to 3rd. I think we've moved up to 2nd again a couple of episodes ago, or maybe it was earlier on in this episode, I can't remember. So Best Capital Dubai moved back ahead of us, like I was saying, into 2nd place. We moved back down to 3rd, 4th still for 658 Squadra course, and 5th for Stalgarda Max Racing Team. So let's head to the career hub, see the disappointment, and the garage, and see the disappointment on our team's faces after a pretty good weekend on my part.
Considering how today's race went, a little disappointment is more than understandable. The rider and mechanics are going to be talking long into the night so that this team can have better results next time out.
Hopefully we can have a better result next time out, but 6th, considering we were like, 18th or 17th in free practice 1. It's pretty good recovery for the weekend. I was running as high as 4th, I think, at one point in that race. But yeah, we did not achieve any of our objectives there, and we've lost quite a bit of ground, but we do know that if you do a good weekend, you get us straight back, so it's not a massive problem. So we gained 1,504 points. In total we have 49,736. That's what I meant. I didn't achieve any of the objectives in practice, except the low track affinity. Couldn't even get the high track affinity, just because I had to go off of the slow racing line just to do the lap times. So we now have 60, which means we can go and upgrade the bike, so I will do that. So we now only need one more upgrade and we will be at max, so we should be able to really compete. How many points do we need for that? So we need 90 resource points for that. So yeah, as I was saying, we need 90 resource points for that. And let's have a look at the news for the Motogp World then. So Marquez sweeps away any early doubts and owns the Brno race. Dovizioso goes on the attack right from the off, but the strategy doesn't pay off in the long term and he finishes 2nd. Moto3, Moto2, go Marquez. He wins the Moto2 race with a Panachi? I've never seen that word in my life. Anyway, in Moto3, Antonelli wins in a 3-way battle with Masia and Dallaporta. Transfer rumours. What does Biker's future hold? Rumours surrounding Comalan Grassini Moto3 and Sky Racing Team VR46 are ever more insistent. Biker doesn't want to abandon the team in the middle of the season, but the prospect of a new challenge is intriguing. Is it really? Okay. I'm pretty well, I'm not that comfortable with this bike, but it's almost fully upgraded, so I'm not going to swap to a slower bike halfway through the season. That would be a ridiculous thing to do in a championship fight. But hope you've enjoyed that one. Obviously, you know, a bit more of an up and down episode once again, but I think in the end we actually managed to bring Brno back to somewhat of a decent weekend, so can't be too disappointed. To be fair, I was probably more disappointed with you know, with Sachsenring. It was an easy win, and I threw it away. So yeah, it's a bit stupid of me, but you know, you gotta make mistakes sometimes. It's how you learn. But like I said, I hope you did enjoy this video. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.